Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with Sam, the Miracle Man. You'll join a captivating and transformational podcast where we'll explore the extraordinary journey of Sam, a man who overcame all odds to reclaim his life and health. Each Wednesday, Sam shares his inspiring stories of growth, health, and his journey to find wellness through self-care, mental well-being, and physical rejuvenation. We'll also have dynamic and interesting interviews with professionals in health, fitness, spirituality, and personal growth to help you on your journey to uncover the true secrets to living your best life. With just a click, you can subscribe. We will welcome you every week. Now here's your amazing host, Sam.
Hey, Miracle Makers. I hope you're feeling good and living life on your terms. I'm your host, Sam the Miracle Man, and today we want to talk about curiosity, specifically how curiosity can spark change. So when I was living with multiple sclerosis, and that should spark some curiosity right there when I was living, because I no longer have multiple sclerosis. And you go listen to my first episode and understand how I got rid of MS. That's the kind of curiosity that you want to spark these changes. So I want to share a story from my multiple sclerosis days. So I was a couch potato. I had a lot of issues with MS. I couldn't walk properly, couldn't see properly, pins and needles, all sorts of issues with MS. So I was basically a couch potato. And I would watch everything and anything on TV. Well, I used to watch ghost hunting shows, but I didn't know if it was real or fake. So I was curious, well, is it real or fake? All right, so I saw a tweet from a ghost hunter for an event in the city near me. So I said, okay, I can go to this. So I went to the event and had some experiences I simply could not explain, like flashlights going on and off by command, feeling somebody sitting next to me that I couldn't see, feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. So this left me curious. What did I experience? And I'm sure there's other people on the ghost hunt just saw it as entertainment and they just let it go. But I was curious. What did I experience? What are these ghosts? What is this? What's going on? So let me read through some books, very slowly because my eyesight was poor. But eventually I stumbled upon meditation. And when I read about meditation, and it wasn't very much, I talked about one of the benefits of meditation was inner peace. I'm like, aha, that's it. I need inner peace. I was so stressed out, so overwhelmed with life. I wasn't focused on healing. I was just focused on inner peace. So that spark of curiosity of going on a ghost hunt opened up another realm of possibilities for me. Because I never thought I could have inner peace, let alone get rid of all my ailments. But that's where we need to stop and pay attention. Is there something going on in your life where you can say the spiritual world is trying to get your attention, trying to open up to another reality, another realm? Maybe you're seeing numbers constantly, maybe music, maybe pictures, maybe something is happening that you cannot explain, like a book falling on the floor, a feather showing up out of nowhere, or maybe a supernatural experience like me on the ghost hunt. But we need to step back and reflect. What's really going on here? That we don't want to be passerbys in life. We really want to stop and just notice what is going on right now. That the universe is always trying to get our attention, to remember who we really are. And we get lost in these mental stories that were our age, our sex, our diseases, our financial state, our status in society. But that's not who the real us is, that we are this greater essence. But we get lost in all this mental chatter, mental dialogue that's really not serving us. So allow yourself to be curious, to think outside the box, to stop, to pause, to reflect. What is going on here? to read some books, watch some videos, trying to better understand, to have that direct experience. Because we ultimately learn through direct experience. I could read all I want about the paranormal, ghost, but that wouldn't have made a difference when I had the direct experience of somebody sitting next to me I could not see, or seeing flashlights going off by themselves. You can read about that, but it has no real impact because you didn't write that story. It's not your reality. It's having that direct experience. So just notice the experiences that you're having. Is there something unusual about them? Do they keep repeating? Like I keep getting this cold over and over and over again. It doesn't go away. What's going on here? Then we look deeper and see what is going on with us. Because ultimately we live in this body and the universe is trying to get our attention. If you're constantly getting sick, what's going on? If you're constantly broke, what's going on? You're constantly in bad relationships, what's going on? Your jobs keep ending suddenly, what's going on? So that's kind of curiosity that you want to have and see if that sparks a change in your life. Because life isn't supposed to be in this repeating pattern like Groundhog Day where things just keep repeating over and over and over again. The way we break this cycle is through inquiring, by being curious and not settling for the status quo. Oh, that's always been this way. I wasn't really that curious what multiple sclerosis, bipolar, psoriasis, whatever it may be that I was going through. I would always read more about my conditions, the medicine, and that kept it in place. But I never asked, why is this my permanent reality? If you read all the literature on multiple sclerosis, bipolar, arthritis, whatever it may be, they'll probably talk about it being a lifelong disease. But why does that have to be true? It doesn't have to be true. And that's one of the things I experience quite a bit. When I run into people with multiple sclerosis, I say, I used to have that. I don't have it anymore. They look at me like I have a second head. It's not their reality. They weren't curious, like, is this really incurable? And there are a handful of stories out there of people who beat MS, if you will. But we're not really fighting against multiple sclerosis or anything in life. For fighting keeps it in place. Like I was never focused on healing myself. That was too big of a mental leap. But I knew I could achieve inner peace. Just a simple practice of 5 minutes a day of just learning to be present. The more present you are, the more peaceful you become. Because the soul is peace, where the mind knows stress, worries, doubts, fear. That's the mental condition. But our soul, the spirit, is always trying to get our attention, trying to notice, trying to help you remember, who are you really? Outside of these mental stories, who are you really? Once you know yourself as spirit, as soul, as essence, universe, God, whatever you wish to call it, then you are free. You are free from these mental limitations. But we're going to use that curiosity, that natural curiosity within us to spark a change. What can you change within you that has been stuck for many, many years? Because you have that power within you to change all things. If we can just remember, who are you really? It's really this simple. To just slow down, Learn to be fully here in this moment. Realize you're sitting right now, that you're listening. If you're driving, maybe holding a steering wheel, noticing what you see. And that's one of the things with driving. Did you ever get yourself someplace when you had no idea how you got there? Because your mind was just trapped in a story and your subconscious was driving. But you weren't really consciously driving. A deeper part of you, the subconscious, took over and you were lost in your mental story. But once we learn to be fully here, then we're in our full power. And from the place of presence, all things can be changed. All right, I think that's it for this week. Let me know if you have any questions, have anything you wish to share. Also, you can reach out to my website if you need a consultation, a spiritual transmission. I do have a variety of things to help you. All right, well, take good care of yourself. Talk to you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Wellness Wednesdays with Sam, the Miracle Man. And we hope you'll continue to discover the power of resilience and the steps we can all take to create our own miracles while on our bumpy path to well-being. But just remember, be present, find clarity, and also subscribe so we can all continue to share this life-changing journey together. See you next Wednesday.